morning. It's Saturday the 9th of September and it's 10 in the morning and it's already been a really busy morning, but that's all right. I quite like it when the mornings are busy and I can put my feet up in the afternoon, but I don't think that's going to happen today. So first of all, I've cleaned out the duck house, which was a bit pongy to say the least. It's only a week since I cleaned it out, but it's now really obvious that they are in there a few more hours a day because they go to bed earlier and they get up later because there's an awful lot more poop in there, and it looks like I'm going to have to start cleaning it out every 5 days instead of every week, but that's all right. And I've put the muckings out from the duck house onto this bed where the bollotti beans were, so that can rot down. It can provide some carbon and a bit of nitrogen, and hopefully that will start to make that little area of the bed nice and fertile for next year. And obviously as I get more of it, I'll put it on here and further down there. So that was my first job this morning. And then, because I was passing by and I thought it was a job I really must finish, I finished tidying up where the outdoor tomatoes were. Now these are the ones that had blight, and so I've made sure that every last bit of plant has been lifted up and is stored in a bag that I've sealed with cable ties, and that can go off to our local recycling facility, and they'll do with it whatever they will. But into space where the tomatoes were, I have planted some sweet rocket. Now this is not an edible thing, this is purely an ornamental, but I absolutely love them. They grow to about 3 to 4 feet high with these great huge billowing flowers on the top of them, just at a time when the garden's looking a bit dull, and these ones are white, and so hopefully the whole of that double bay there will get filled with these lovely beautiful white flowers in April and May, and just give a little lift to what can be quite a dark corner. And the other thing I'm going to do is take some seeds from this very, very beautiful nasturtium. How lovely is this? Isn't that a lovely colour? And the flowers, they're almost velvety to look at. The camera just will not pick up how beautiful they are. Anyway, I'm going to take some of the seeds and I'm going to put those amongst the sweet rocket flowers as well, and then hopefully next year these will be scrambling up and over the back of the sweet rocket, and very pretty. And that's one of the great things about nasturtiums, is they cover quite an area. They scramble up over things, and this one has gone along about 3 pallets worth and is still making its way along there. It's absolutely lovely. And this morning we said goodbye to one of our young ducklings. They're now 8 to 9 weeks old, and it's just time. And it's also time because the next batch of ducklings, they're hatching today. They started pipping on, where are we, Thursday evening, which was much too early, and some more pipped yesterday, and today, well, we have a duckling. And later on this morning, a lady from the local village is coming to collect this plant. It's a Lysosteria formosa, which to you and me is a pheasant berry, or I don't know, it's got about 6 or 7 different common names. I call it a pheasant berry because I think that's a rather nice name, but they seed themselves everywhere. And the berries are edible, best if they're cooked first, and they can also give you a bit of an upset tum. So if you've got one and you're deciding to eat the berries, it is advisable, I've read, it is advisable to try just a few first, just a very small amount, and then build that up slowly, just to make sure that you don't get an upset tummy, because well, that's a bit miserable, isn't it? They start off with these lovely flowers. Aren't they pretty? There's my hand to give you some idea of size. And they're not, you know, they're not very big. And then they develop these beautiful dark berries. And if you wait until they're soft, apparently that's when you can eat them. I really like these plants. They've got almost a bamboo-like stem, and they get tall. They get really tall as time goes on. You know, you're just talking about up to 10 feet, and they form almost a thicket, and they're structural, and they're deciduous. So, you know, each year they're gonna disappear down again and then come back up. The apple tree that Jane transplanted for me early in the year, well, it is absolutely heaving. Its branches are bent over with the weight of apples, and these are the ones that I'm taking to store in the barn. Well, as predicted by the weathermen, it's got windy and miserable, so that put pace in me doing much outside, and you know, I've still got that job of cleaning out the ducklings' nursery pen to do, and that might wait until the morning, because the ducklings aren't going to be moving into their accommodation until tomorrow, and I'm going to get on with some jobs inside, because I have promised myself I'm going to tackle our kitchen floor. It's a flagstone floor, and whilst that's absolutely brilliant for muddy boots wandering across it, it's not the easiest thing to clean. So it's down on my hands and knees and scrub it job. So that's what I'm going to tackle this afternoon. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you're up to today, I hope it's a good one for you, and I also hope you can join me again tomorrow.